Hey there, Fox 6 meteorologist Wes Wyatt joining you on a Sunday afternoon, getting ready for a busy night here in the Storm Warn Center. We're already tracking lots of rain and now starting to see some thunderstorms. I want to take you straight over to the map here, show you what we're talking about. We're tracking some real heavy rainfall back across Mississippi. All those blue highlights that you see, those are flash flood warnings already popping up, but we're starting to notice some severe thunderstorm warnings popping up to the south. This is a setup. We're going to have lots of rain. We're going to have lots of thunderstorms, just like the current setup, but as the night goes on, there's a lot more unstable air that's south of us. It's going to be lifting in from the south, and that could help to produce some severe weather around here beginning around 8, 9 o'clock in our western areas and then moving eastward later on tonight. This is one storm, started off around Linden earlier. We're getting a few reports of a little bit of damage with some strong winds. This is the storm now. It's weakened quite a bit. It's moving into Clanton. This did prompt a severe thunderstorm warning, but one thing about it, these cells that we're dealing with right now are mainly elevated in nature. The ones we really have to worry about are more those surface-based storms. You get into that more humid, warm, moist air mass, and basically the environment that will be south and along this warm front you see on the map, that's going to be lifting northward tonight, and that's when our concerns grow. The big question, just how far north will this make it? We're thinking maybe to Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, and then perhaps further northward into Anniston through the early morning hours tomorrow. Even if it does make it that far north, it's still kind of a question as to how the rain's going to impact the setup across the area also, but we're expecting plenty of rain. Look at this flash flood watch. We're looking at totals 3 to 4 inches. Some of the early projections are that we could see a couple of bullseyes across the region with nearly 5 inches of rain. Just incredible rain amounts about to happen across the area. There's a tornado watch south and west of us. Now, no word just yet on if that's going to be expanded further eastward, but I can tell you something, it probably won't be long if that is going to happen. We'll probably see that watch lifted a bit further towards the east-northeast. Slight risk for severe weather. You can see that does include Tuscaloosa and Birmingham, but still we're going to be watching the threat mainly developing southwest just to see how far north those storms, severe storms, do make it. Notice into tomorrow we're looking at the risk moving east of us, and the storms will mainly be an early morning thing and just some lingering showers during the day tomorrow. But look at all this rain. One thing that does concern us is that little bit of a void you see there from Jackson and point southward. That's where the environment's getting a little more primed in for active weather. Rain totals, here we go. This is the model projection. You can see that 3 to 4 inch bullseye right there across the heart of the Fox 6 coverage area. So flash flooding will certainly be a greater concern. We've raised that risk into the high category. You see damaging wind and tornadoes still a possibility with some of the storms. If we kind of look at the radar, forecast it out, one of the best tools we have is our RPM model, our Futurecast here at Fox 6. And I can tell you this has taken on several different looks here. Since this time yesterday, when we first looked at this, we were thinking more of a 7 a.m. Monday time frame with this wet weather moving through. But now you see how this kind of develops more into a line according to what the RPM model is showing. You know, typically when you get to this stage in the game, it's basically watch the radar type deal. But this does give us a good idea, though, when to expect some of that heavier rain and really close to what we're thinking during the early morning hours and right on through about 7 o'clock in the morning. And even by 7 o'clock, the main severe threat should be winding down across most of our area. Still could be a little rocky down into South Alabama. I tell you what, it's going to get chilly on Tuesday. Highs, temperatures tumbling into the 50s during the afternoon, and we're probably going to get some more showers back in the mix. Of course, we're going to be watching it for you on air and online. If you're on Facebook, facebook.com Wes Wyatt Fox 6, you can find me there. On Twitter at Wes Wyatt Weather. If a watch is issued, we'll be letting you know about it on Fox 6. Expect us at the top and bottom of the hour. Until then, unless there's any warrant to break into programming, if the weather stays calm, and hopefully so, we'll be back to see you at 9 o'clock. So we'll see you later on this evening on Fox 6.